Are you planning a weekend in Geres?
And you want to go on a hike?
And you want to enjoy a drink by the pool?
And swing from the top of a mountain? And jump into natural lagoons? And visit the most epic lookout points?
But you have a toddler.
Then this week's episode is for you.
Yes, we are in Geres for the weekend and we brought our 1.5-year-old daughter to a luxury family-friendly hotel.
In the coming minutes, you're gonna learn about kid-friendly, accessible hikes, amazing hot springs, the best miradors and lookout points, and everything else you can do in the National Park of Geres, including this amazing hotel where you can sleep in a rock. Make sure you watch to the end so you can learn all of our pro tips to make the most out of your time here in Geres, and we will also tell you what we think is the perfect itinerary for your vacation here.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Nations Without Borders. My name is Josine.
And I'm Eric. Together with our daughter Nora, we are the Nation family. Now on this channel, we publish weekly episodes about our lifestyle here in Portugal, traveling with kids, and remote work.
We moved to Portugal back in 2022, and on this channel we're sharing our knowledge, our experiences here, including weekend trips away like this one in Geres.
Yeah, and if you're interested in topics like this, please do us a favor and subscribe to our channel so future videos will automatically pop up in your feed.
And don't forget to like this video. It really helps us reach more traveling families out there.
All right, now let's go chase some waterfalls and go on some adventures.
Let's go!
Portugal has just one official national park, Peneda-Gerês, and it's been calling our name for ages. And this weekend, we finally answered. With Josine 6 months pregnant and soon to be managing 2 little ones, this might be our last chance to hike without, let's just call it, extra resistance. From Lisbon, it's a 4 to 5 hour drive, including the essential lunchtime and bathroom stops you need with kids, before we rolled into our hotel, Pousadela Village. We got there around 4 p.m. and perfect timing to kick back, soak in the incredible view over the Rio Cavado. Wow! Wow! And pop some alcohol-free champagne. They also had a bottle of normal champagne for me because I don't think they knew Josine was pregnant. This isn't your standard hotel stay. At Pousadela Village, the rooms are literally built into like giant boulders scattered across the property. And inside, everything you'd want. Spacious bathroom, king-size bed, mini bar and coffee, and yes, a balcony with a killer view over the Geres Valley. We even had a baby crib ready and waiting for us. And side note, they don't charge you for anything inside the mini fridge, which is amazing. We had dinner at the hotel's restaurant, which was delicious. And we crashed early. Extreme welcome. I'm in the Geres National Park. What else do you want to tell your audience, your fans? All right, we are on day number 2 over here at Geres National Park. We're just getting ready. We just finished breakfast in our hotel. Josine, what's the name of the hotel?
Pousadela Village.
Pousadela Village. And we're staying in this like cool boulder looking room. Nora's stealing the show. She's already a pro vlogger. Yeah? And then what happened after that? Should we give him a tour of the room? Okay, let's go. Oh. All right, so obviously it's pretty messy right now. We got the bathroom in here, cool boulder looking thing, little coffee machine, big full body mirror, nice comfy bed.
Nice TV.
Nice TV, but the best part is the view. Got a view down there on the lake. Very nice little nook to have your coffee in the morning. But now we are getting ready to go do a hike, 5 kilometers each way, so 10 kilometers total. Online, it is said to be moderate, so hopefully with Josine being how pregnant she is, she'll be able to do it. We'll see. There is 7
natural pools.
7 natural pools along the way. So, all right, Nora, let's finish getting ready and go on the hike. All right, we got Nora's fancy hiking backpack. Even though I think you're gonna walk a lot of the time. You can drive right up to the start of the trail, which is super convenient. The route is either a loop or a simple out and back, so parking here is perfect. There's a decent sized parking area, and just for €2, paid at a little bar right across the street, you can get a full day pass. We geared up, strapped on the carrier, grabbed our snacks, and set off to find the trail. Baby on board. Psych, she wants to walk. Give her 10 minutes before she doesn't want to walk anymore. The trail kicks off in the village of Geres. Just follow the red and yellow markers throughout the village, and before you know it, you'll be on the narrow path heading into the mountains. The start is a bit of a climb for maybe about 10 minutes or so, but once you're up, the trail levels out for a long, easy stretch. It's mostly open terrain with very little shade, so sunscreen, hats, and other sun protection are a must. And the payoff? Non-stop, jaw-dropping views of the entire way. After about 5 kilometers, you'll spot the famous 7 lagoons from above before making your way down to the river to get up close, and it is pretty epic view.
Reaching Sete Lagoas feels like stepping into nature's own infinity pool collection. 7 crystal clear lagoons linked by waterfalls, all tucked away in the heart of Peneda-Gerês. They were carved out over thousands of years by glacial meltwater, slowly smoothing the granite rock into those perfect swimming pools. We found a shady spot by the water, unpacked our snacks, and had lunch next to the water. And of course, we couldn't resist the swim. The water wasn't as cold as expected, just the right kind of refreshing after a long hike. A pro tip here for parents bringing their kids. It's slippery, and some lagoons are deeper or flow faster than others. It can be a somewhat challenging place, especially if you're bringing a toddler. We did not let Nora walk around by herself, not for a second. We were holding her the entire time, basically. I would say it's heaven for kids above 10 years old, or maybe a little younger if they're capable to deal with these kinds of environments, but otherwise I would say keep a very close eye on them or hold on to them. Also know that there's a road close to Sete Lagoas and therefore quite accessible by car. You will probably not have this location to yourself. After a well-earned rest, it was time to lace up and start our 5-kilometer trek back to the car. We took the same path back as we came, but there is the option to keep going and turn the hike into a loop back to the parking lot. But that second half looked a bit tougher, so we decided to stick with the easier route and just walk back the way we came. If you're up for a bit more challenge, definitely give the loop a try. We've linked both trails options in the video description below, so pick your own adventure.
All right, we are at the end of the 7 Lagoons hike.
Yay!
Woo, we did it! Nora did it, woo! This was Nora's first time in a hiking pack for babies. She was not stoked at the beginning. It took her like 2 kilometers to chill out and start enjoying it. We had a little bit of a miscommunication on food, so we didn't quite bring enough food. So we're excited to go get some food and reward ourselves with some nice cold frosty drinks. And yeah, what do you think about the hike, Josine?
Oh, it was easy. There were here and there were boulders that fell on the trail, so you had to like climb a bit, but in general it's an easy hike.
Easy for being 6 months pregnant?
Definitely.
So would you recommend it to other pregnant women?
Well, I cannot say that. It really depends on your pregnancy and your conditions and all the things, so I cannot vouch for anything there. But I would say if you're a fit, healthy pregnant woman, I think you could be okay. Yes.
And would you recommend it for people with young kids from like 3 years old to 6 years old?
That probably not. There were some edges that I felt like if your child loses their balance, they would fall off a cliff. No, so...
It is a moderate level hike with some steep edges with no guard railing. So for little kids, unless you feel confident in your kids not to fall off, then unless you're holding their hand for some of those dangerous parts.
That's not even possible. Some parts you really... It's a really small trail on the edge. So no, I think you should not bring kids below 6 years on this trail.
Unless you can put them in a backpack like this.
Unless they can be carried. Then you're fine.
As we mentioned, we did a lot of homework to find an easy to moderate hike that works when you've got a toddler on your back or a baby on the way. We found 3 other trails around 10 kilometers that are perfect with kids and still deliver on those epic Peneda-Gerês views. First up, we got Trio dos Correios. I'm probably butchering that, but that's the best I can do. A total family favorite. It loops right out of Vila do Geres, passes peaceful mountain pastures, and has a gentle, steady path that works for little legs or a baby carrier. Next, the Calcedonia Trail. This one's for slightly older kids who like a little adventure. It winds up to ancient Roman ruins with jaw-dropping views. There are some rocky bits, but nothing too crazy and just enough to make it exciting, and it's not too long. And finally, the Lazy Trail, or Trio da Preguiça. The name might say lazy, but it's packed with epic lookouts, shady forest sections, and smooth paths. Perfect for low-key, nature-filled day with kids. And links to all these trails are in the description below. After our hike, we got back to the car mid-afternoon. Our plan was to go to a lookout point, but we were all tired and done with all the walking, and we were starving. So we decided to drive to the town of Waterfall and for an early drink and dinner instead. We stopped at a restaurant called Taberna, São Tiago, and ordered a steak with some refreshing drinks, and it was pretty awesome. After our food, it was time to head back to the hotel and call it a night. All right, we are on day number 3. Nora says, bon dia. Yesterday, we hiked the 7 Lagoons, which was
intense.
Quite the adventure for the pregnant woman over there. And today we're gonna take Nora to the ultimate Weee, aka a huge swing with an epic lookout point. We're gonna go check out a waterfall and some miradors and still go adventure, but keep it much more miles today. And then get back to the hotel, Pousadela Village, to take advantage of some of the amazing amenities that this hotel has to offer, such as the infinity pool with an epic lookout point and the spa, things like that. So stick with us and let's go. All right, so the name of the ultimate Weee, as I like to call it, is actually a swing on the top of a mountain called Aire Vedra. And you can find it on Google Maps as Baluiso Panoramico de Aire Vedra. And credit goes to Josine for finding this epic panoramic view over the Valley of Geres with a swing on top. When Josine told me about this spot, I was super stoked because of how much Nora loves swings. Nothing brings me greater joy than to see how stoked Nora gets when she gets to play on a swing. I think the swing was about a 15-minute drive from our hotel, so it didn't take long. And now, just a word of caution for the drive to the top of the mountain. It's not the easiest road. You don't necessarily need a 4x4, but having at least like a mini SUV helps, or if you have a car that's higher off the ground. So if you do have a car that's a little bit lower to the ground, I would not advise this drive going up the mountain because it does get a little bit rough. But when we got to the top, we all went, wow. The view was like absolutely jaw-dropping incredible. It was amazing. Let's show you some other epic lookout points you can drive to. Aire Vedra is not the only one in this massive national park, and if you just Google best miradors in Geres, a bunch are going to pop up on Google Maps, so it makes it super easy to find them. Let's go over the first one of the most popular, Mirador do Fafio. Probably not pronouncing that correct. This is one of the newest viewpoints in Geres National Park, and the one we wanted to go to yesterday. It offers fantastic views over the valley of the Arado River, the Fafial River, and the Salamon Dam in the background. It's known for its beauty and the well-constructed and safe walkway. It's definitely very Instagrammable. Number 2 is Mirador de Pedra Bela, perhaps the most popular viewpoint in Geres. It offers breathtaking views of the Cavado River and the surrounding mountains, and it's easily accessible and a top choice for visitors. And number 3, the Mirador de Fraga Negra, located at the lower altitude compared to some of the other lookout points, but this spot provides a pleasant view over the the reservoir of the Canisada Dam to the south of the Geres River Valley to the north. It's a convenient stop due to its proximity to the Vila do Geres.
All right, let's get back to our day. After leaving the swing, we were on our mission to find a cool waterfall to hike to and chill out for a bit. I had looked up some random waterfall on Google Maps that looked close to us, and that's when things got a little bit more adventurous. We started driving down a road Google Maps told us to go on, and it quickly turned into a 4x4 situation. All right, here we are somewhere in Geres, and we were trying to find the waterfall, and I didn't want to go to a very touristy one, so I just picked one on Google Maps that was nearby, but we have to turn around because that road we cannot do with our car for sure. Okay, change of plans, no waterfall chasing. We just passed a little river on our way out. And I could look down and I could see umbrellas there. So we looked on Google Maps and it turns out that there's like a small bar or cafe down at the river underneath the bridge. So we're just gonna check that out. We're gonna have our lunch there that we prepared. We'll just see where we end up. Looks cool. So keep you posted. So this picnic spot ended up being amazing. It's called Área de Lazer Poço das Traves in the town of Uruivas, if I'm saying that right. It's tucked away down a hill from the bridge and by a very beautiful river with crystal clear water. There's lots of green space, picnic tables, a cafe, bar, swimming area, trees for shade, bathrooms and even a barbecue. It was actually super cool and I love it when a spontaneous decision results in a very pleasant experience like this. It was very local and we definitely got some stares, but nothing bad. The manager of the cafe approached us and asked if we made a reservation, which would be €2 for a table. But since we were only going to stay for an hour, she didn't even bother charging us. Super friendly woman, amazing experience. The place was pretty busy, so I feel lucky that there was even an available table. If you want to stop and have a picnic with an amazing river spot, with all the amenities that you need, then we can highly recommend checking out this spot. We have added a link to Google Maps in the description below.
Got ourselves a nice little picnic going next to the river.
That is actually a great spot.
We already ate most of the food. Perfect weather out, sun is shining. Got the river over there. There's lots of picnic tables and grassy areas around here. Now, just because we failed to make it to a waterfall doesn't mean you have to. Based on our research, here are 3 amazing waterfalls you should check out while in Geres. I know next time we come back, we will definitely be making a better effort and planning better to go to some of these waterfalls. Number 1 on our list is Portela do Homem waterfall. It's located very close to the Spanish border, very popular, and it's very accessible. You can leave your car at the border or walk for about 10 minutes to reach it. Its crystal clear waters are perfect for swimming, and there are smooth stones around for sunbathing. Number 2, the Arado waterfall. This impressive waterfall with a height of 900 meters forms small lagoons along its fall, and while it's not the easiest to reach, it is considered one of the best ones. You can park near Rocas Viewpoint and take a dirt road to a bridge over the Arado River and then climb to the waterfall's viewpoint. For the bathing area, return to your car and go up an inclined slope to the natural lagoons. It's an ideal spot for a photography enthusiast. And the last waterfall on our recommendation list is Peneda-Gerês Waterfall. Probably also not pronouncing that correctly. But if you prefer to avoid the summer crowds, this waterfall is a great option. It's beautiful, forming an almost perfect circle with a large granite stone in the center. It's accessible only by foot, roughly about a 1 kilometer walk, and the hike is safe and undemanding, making it suitable for families. All right, so now that we just had the most amazing picnic lunch down by the river, it is about 1:30. We are gonna head back to our hotel resort just because we've been so busy leaving the hotel and exploring everything that Geres has to offer. It would be a bummer if we didn't take advantage of all the amenities at the resort because it's a little bit more of a fancy place, and yeah, that would be a shame. So we're gonna go back, enjoy the infinity pool with the amazing view, and check out the spa, and just take the rest of the day to yeah, enjoy Pousadela Village. So that's where we're headed now. All right, and one of the best highlights of Pousadela Village Hotel is this epic mirador. Check out that incredible view over the valley and the lake.
All the hotel rooms have this view, so it's like, doesn't matter which room you're in.
And then over here, You got the infinity pool. And that's where we're gonna go to next. Let's go get some beverages. All right, so now we're down chilling by the infinity pool, and apparently, according to the bartenders, we made perfect timing because earlier today it was super windy and cloudy, so everyone left and has been slow all day. And now we're like in this window of where it's pretty manageable and chill, so we're the only ones at the pool.
Yeah.
Got the whole thing to ourselves. And I think in a couple hours it's supposed to get like really windy again, so yeah, we got perfect timing.
Are we in the eye of the storm?
And it may look cloudy and cold out, but it's actually not. It's pretty nice.
So we spent some time by the outdoor infinity pool. We had a drink, took our family pictures, and simply enjoyed ourselves there. The pool has a large shallow area, perfect for the small ones to play in. There's also a small children's pool on the side, but we didn't use that as we had the pool to ourselves. There's also a basket with toys and floaties for kids, which is perfect. And next to the pool area, a little bit out of sight, there is a playground with a swing and a slide nearby. So as it was out of our vision from the pool, we were not going there with Nora because we wanted to spend time by the pool, but it's a very nice playground. A little more about the other amenities of the hotel. There are two main buildings. The first one houses the reception and the restaurant. The second is where all the fun and relaxation happens. You'll find the spa, the gym, the indoor pool, a games room with a bar, and even a play area for the real little ones. The floating room in the spa is actually the highlight. It's basically a small pool filled with highly salted water that makes you effortlessly float. Floating takes all the pressure off your joints and your muscles, boosts circulation, and it's amazing for recovery. Whether you've just done a big hike or like me, you're pregnant. I had the floating pool to myself for an hour and it was pure bliss. They also offer massages. Eric booked a full hour to work out his knots in his shoulders after carrying Nora for 10 kilometers and he came out looking like a new man. The gym is small but well equipped. There is a treadmill, stationary bike and a cable machine. And a cute detail here is that they even have a treadmill and a bike for kids, so the little ones can actually work out alongside of you. And the view, incredible. You're looking straight out over the pool, the jacuzzi, and the valley beyond. Upstairs in this building, you'll find the bar and recreational area with billiards and a chess table. It also has a cute little corner for the small children and a large lounge area with that same view. There's something for all ages here.
We went to dinner at the restaurant at the hotel, and I got this amazing steak, and it was absolutely delicious with a big old glass of wine. Ooh, that's right, Nora.
So here's a hot tip for when you're going to Geres. Make your own lunch, prepare, and bring that with you. Because Geres is like a very widespread national park, and a big chance is that you want to see a waterfall here and hot springs over there, and you want to go into Spain, and you want to do multiple things, and everything is pretty far away from each other, or at least a 30-minute drive. If you want to do a lot of things in your day, I would say bring your own lunch, like a picnic, and just stop somewhere pretty and have your lunch. Because searching for a restaurant, sitting down, ordering, and getting out of there, it will take extra time out of your day, and that can easily be spent at a waterfall area where there's a picnic table, for example, and just have your lunch there. So that's what we've done twice now. We brought our lunch from the hotel with us to these beautiful places, and yeah, I think that was the best thing that we've done in terms of lunch. Another hot tip that we'd like to give you is about safety. Geres is an enormous park and in lots of locations can be very remote. So make sure you always have an extra bottle of water and food with you. And depending on the season, you might need to check for potential wildfires. You can easily do this on Google Maps as they will be indicated there. But we're also sharing a link to the official Portuguese Fire Danger Index website. You'll find that in the description. An important tip for anyone with motion sickness sensitivity like me. I get sick stick on a surfboard and while skydiving. So the roads in Geres would have been a challenge for me. Here are my top 5 tips against motion sickness. Make sure you eat a lot before you step into the car. A full tummy is the best. Take your meds, absolutely important. Don't look at your phone in the car, but if you have to and you have an iPhone, activate motion cues. That really helps me. And the last one, sleep in the car or be the driver. One or the other, of course.
All right, let's go over some pro tips for parking and driving. For designated parking areas, always try and park in those designated parking areas because these can be found at popular viewpoints, trailheads, near villages. There can be limited space at these popular spots at very popular waterfalls or viewpoints, especially during peak season, which is July and August. Parking can be limited and fill up quickly, so if you arrive early, better chances you'll secure a parking spot. Be mindful of no parking signs, especially near waterfalls or narrow road sections. For example, parking is often not permitted directly next to Portela do Homem waterfall bridge. You'll need to park a short walk away. If you plan to drive through Mata do Albergaria, which is a protected forest area, be aware that from June to September there's a fee per person to enter by car, and stopping or parking along the way is generally not allowed. In villages like Geres town or Campo do Geres, you'll usually find designated parking areas. Some of them might be paid. And for driving, just plan for some extra driving time because distances within the park might not seem that far on the map, but because of these roads are windy, that means traveling times can often be longer than you expect, especially if there's traffic during peak season. And another important tip is cell phone service can be very spotty, so make sure that you have downloaded Google Maps before you go on your trip. That way, in case the internet is spotty, you make sure you have maps and you don't get lost. All right, so this is the part where we want to tell you what the itinerary we wish we could have booked. Granted, our trip was absolutely amazing and we loved it. We loved our itinerary and the spontaneity that we left in there, but we wish we had one more day. And I'll tell you why. Because Pousadela Village is an amazing hotel and with lots of amenities you want to take advantage of. However, if you're an adventurous family like us and you also want to go see all the waterfalls and do all the hikes, it doesn't leave much time. You have to choose. So we think if we had one more day, it would have left us with a little less stress. We could have done some more hikes, seen some more waterfalls, and then we would have had one full day to just chill at the hotel and by the pool all day and the spa and not have to piece it all together and be in a rush. So that would be our pro tip for a recommendation is when you book your trip, do 5 days. Because you have the drive up and the drive back depending on where you're driving from. And then if you have 3 full days at the hotel uninterrupted, I think that'll be enough time to do a lot of the most popular things you want to do and still take advantage of all the amazing amenities that Pousadela Village has to offer. All right, well that about wraps up our family vacation here in Geres National Park in Portugal. We hope you had fun hanging out with us and seeing all the sights and things to do that Geres has to offer.
And we hope that this video helps you plan your family vacation in Geres.
Yes, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us continue to create more videos like this to help other traveling families.
And remember, explore life beyond borders.
Adios.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Adios.